Part 1, Unveiling the Depth of Leo's Personality. Leos are often seen as confident, passionate, and a little larger than life. But there's so much more beneath the surface. Today, we're diving deep into the psychological traits of Leo, starting with the incredible intelligence and intuitive nature that make them stand out in any crowd. If you've ever wondered what makes a Leo tick, this part is for you. Let's begin. 1. Leo's sharp intelligence. Leos are often admired for their charismatic and energetic personalities. But did you know they also possess remarkable intelligence? Their ability to quickly analyze situations and understand others' intentions gives them a near supernatural edge. It's as if they have a sixth sense that helps them stay ahead of the game, whether in work or in relationships. Personal insight. I've always found Leos to be incredibly perceptive, often reading between the lines of conversations and situations in a way that's almost uncanny. It's not just about logic for them, their gut instinct and sharp intellect combine to give them an edge in everything they do. In the workplace, Leos can be strategic masterminds. They tend to pick up on subtle cues that others miss, allowing them to make decisions that seem almost predictive. Their ability to anticipate outcomes makes them natural leaders in dynamic environments. We were all amazed. But for the Leo, it was just another example of how their intuition and analysis can guide them towards success. This ability to stay ahead and make informed decisions is what makes Leo a fierce competitor. 2. Generosity, a Leo's heart of gold. One of the most defining traits of Leo is their generosity. Leos are incredibly warm-hearted and often go above and beyond to help others. Whether it's giving their time, resources, or simply lending a listening ear, they find joy in giving. For a Leo, generosity is more than an act of kindness, it's an expression of their love and affection. Personal reflection. From my own experiences, I've seen how Leos take great pride in being generous. They're not the type to give just to check off a box, they do it from the heart. They love making others feel special and appreciated. Story example. A Leo the first organized a charity event in their community, pouring so much time and effort into making sure everyone felt welcome. What was most striking was how they truly connected with everyone there, making each person feel seen and valued. Ensure everyone has a memorable time. Their warm, welcoming nature ensures that no one feels left out. 3. Fierce determination, the Leo fighter. Leos are fighters, driven by an intense will to succeed. This determination is one of the things that makes them stand out. When a Leo sets a goal, they pursue it relentlessly. Even in the face of failure, they rise again, learning from their mistakes and never giving up. Lesson. The lesson we can learn from Leo's determination is that perseverance is key. Life throws obstacles our way, but Leos remind us that resilience is what helps us bounce back. Whether in personal or professional life, never giving up is a powerful mindset to adopt. Personal story. I once worked with a Leo who faced numerous challenges in a project. Despite setbacks, they didn't back down. Instead, they analyzed their mistakes, made adjustments, and eventually achieved their goal. It was truly inspiring to watch them turn failure into an opportunity for growth. In the next part, we'll dive into Leo's loyalty, their desire for recognition, and the challenges they face when it comes to love. Part 2, Leo's love, loyalty, and leadership. Now that we've uncovered some of the powerful mental and emotional traits of Leos, let's dive deeper into their relationships and leadership qualities. Leos are not just passionate individuals, they are also incredibly loyal and love deeply. But, like every other trait, this intensity comes with its own set of challenges. Let's explore what makes Leo a devoted partner and a natural leader, while also understanding their need for admiration and respect. 4. Leo's need for recognition and pride. Leo's pride is legendary. While it's often associated with arrogance, there's a deeper reason for this. Leos crave recognition for their accomplishments and qualities. They put in the work, and when they see the fruits of their labor, they expect to be acknowledged. Personal insight. I've noticed that Leos truly shine when they receive the appreciation they deserve. It's not about vanity for them, it's about feeling validated for their hard work and talents. When they're appreciated, their energy becomes even more infectious. In relationships, however, this need for recognition can sometimes cause tension. Leos may expect gratitude for their efforts, whether it's a romantic gesture or a work achievement. It's important to acknowledge their contributions in order to keep harmony. Story example. I recall a time when a Leo friend of mine planned a surprise for their partner, an elaborate romantic dinner, complete with candles and their favorite music. When their partner didn't acknowledge it in the way they hoped, the Leo felt hurt and unappreciated, even though their intention was to make the moment special. It's a great reminder that love languages differ, and understanding how to appreciate a Leo's efforts can avoid misunderstandings. 5. Leo's loyalty in relationships. When it comes to love, a Leo is fiercely loyal. Once they commit to someone, they give their all to the relationship. They're not just in it, they're fully invested, body and soul. This unwavering dedication makes them devoted partners who will go to great lengths to ensure their loved one's happiness. Personal reflection. I've always admired how Leos love with such intensity. When they say they're committed, they really mean it. They don't just go through the motions, they ensure that their partner feels valued, cared for, and cherished. Story example. One of my closest Leo friends went through a tough time in a relationship. Despite the challenges, they refused to give up on their partner. They sought counseling, made adjustments, and worked hard to rebuild trust. It's a testament to how Leos approach love, not as something temporary, but as a lifelong commitment. 6. Leo as a natural leader. Leos are born leaders. They have an innate charisma that draws people in, and their confidence inspires others to follow. Whether in the workplace, at social gatherings, or in personal relationships, they take charge with ease, offering direction and motivation. Their natural ability to lead is further enhanced by their vision and strategic thinking. Personal insight. I've worked with a number of Leos, and one thing that's consistently stood out is their ability to make decisions under pressure. They don't shy away from difficult choices, instead, they face them head-on and lead their teams towards success. This decisiveness, paired with their visionary thinking, often results in remarkable achievements. Story example. I was part of a project with a Leo team leader who guided us through a particularly challenging phase. Their clear vision and determination to push through obstacles made all the difference. They didn't just lead by giving orders, they motivated everyone to contribute their best. And the result was a successful project that exceeded expectations. 7. Leo's generosity in love. When it comes to romance, Leo's generosity knows no bounds. They are passionate, affectionate, and deeply devoted to their partners. Their love language is not just about giving gifts, it's about making their loved ones feel treasured and special, every single day. From thoughtful gestures to grand romantic displays, Leo loves to pamper their partner. Personal reflection. There's something truly magical about how a Leo expresses their love. They do it with such creativity and flair that it feels like an adventure. I've seen Leos go out of their way to plan surprise dates, write heartfelt notes, and express their love in ways that feel both meaningful and unique. Story example. A Leo the first surprised their partner with a weekend getaway to a place they had always dreamed of visiting. It wasn't just about the destination, it was about creating an unforgettable experience that would show their partner just how much they meant to them. This grand romantic gesture not only made their partner and loyalty. It's time to dive into their emotional complexity. Leos are passionate and vibrant, but they also face emotional struggles that can affect their relationships. How do they handle conflict, jealousy, and their deeper vulnerabilities? Let's uncover how their intense emotions shape their interactions with others. 9. Leo's reaction to criticism and conflict. Leos, known for their pride and confidence, don't take criticism lightly. When someone challenges them or points out their flaws, their emotional reaction can be intense. They don't shy away from conflict, and they're not afraid to stand their ground when they feel their dignity is at stake. Personal reflection. In my experience, Leos are often quite proud of their abilities, and any criticism can feel like an attack on their very essence. It's important to approach these situations with care, offering constructive feedback rather than direct confrontation. Understanding their need to be respected can make a world of difference in how they receive feedback. Story example. A Leo friend of mine once received criticism at work that they didn't take well. Instead of responding defensively, they took some time to process their emotions. When they returned to the discussion, they were able to calmly express their perspective and take the feedback in stride. This moment really showed me that while Leos can be fiery, they also possess the self-awareness to handle conflict thoughtfully once they've had time to cool down. 10. Leo's deep need for attention in relationships. While Leos are known for their fiery, bold personalities, they also require emotional validation from their partners. For them, feeling admired and appreciated is essential to maintaining a strong connection. They enjoy being showered with attention and affection, and when this need is unmet, it can lead to feelings of insecurity. Personal insight. In romantic relationships, I've seen that Leos thrive when they feel seen and appreciated. It's not about vanity, it's about being validated for the love and care they give. If you're in a relationship with a Leo, remember that showing admiration is just as important as any grand gesture they might offer you. Story example. A Leo the first went through a period of frustration when they felt like their efforts in a relationship weren't being recognized. They expressed how they needed more attention and affirmation. It was a turning point, as both partners learned how to meet each other's needs for emotional connection and validation. 11. Jealousy and possessiveness. Though Leos are generally confident, their underlying fear of losing their loved ones can sometimes but rather a deep desire to safeguard the love they hold dear. Personal reflection. It's fascinating to observe how Leo's pride and deep attachment to their loved ones can sometimes trigger possessive behavior. Understanding that their actions stem from a place of love, and a bit of fear of loss, can help us navigate these moments with empathy and patience. Story example. A Leo the first had a partner who seemed to be spending more time with a new friend. At first, their possessiveness came across as controlling, but after a heartfelt conversation, it became clear that the Leo just needed reassurance. By acknowledging their feelings and reaffirming their commitment, the relationship grew even stronger. 12. Leo's sensitivity to breakups. Breaking up with a Leo is not easy. Though they present themselves as strong and resilient, they can be deeply sensitive when it comes to matters of the heart. A breakup with a Leo can trigger an emotional and impulsive reaction. This is because they invest so much of themselves into their relationships. And when that connection is severed, it feels like a personal loss. Personal insight. I've witnessed how, despite their strong exterior, Leos can crumble in the face of a breakup. Their emotional vulnerability isn't always apparent, but it's there. It's crucial to handle breakups with the utmost care, offering compassion and understanding during this tough time. Story example. A Leo friend of mine went through a difficult breakup and initially reacted with anger and frustration. Over time, they took time to reflect and heal. They eventually learned that they needed to forgive, not for the sake of the other person, but for their own peace of mind. This journey through heartbreak reminded me that healing is a process, and Leos need time to rebuild their emotional strength. 13. Leo's determination to win back love. If a Leo believes that a relationship is worth saving, they will go to great lengths to win back their partner's affection. Their determination is unmatched, and they will use all their charm and creativity to demonstrate their commitment. If you're lucky enough to be loved by a Leo, be prepared for grand gestures and heartfelt efforts to restore the bond. Personal reflection. Leos remind us of the importance of not giving up easily on love. Their persistence and willingness to fight for what they care about is something we can all admire. They teach us that love is worth fighting for, even when things seem tough. Story example. A Leo the first had been in a rocky relationship but was determined to make it work. They planned an elaborate gesture, from writing a heartfelt letter to organizing a surprise date that symbolized their dedication. The effort paid off, and it was a powerful reminder of how Leos pour their whole heart into their relationships. 14. Leo's desire for emotional security. Despite their bold and confident nature, Leos are deeply affected by emotional insecurity. They need to feel secure in their relationships, and any sign of uncertainty can leave them feeling unsettled. It's not about wanting to control, but about ensuring that the emotional bond is strong and unwavering. Personal insight. Leos teach us the importance of emotional security in relationships. It's not just about big gestures or constant praise, they need to know that their partner is there for them through thick and thin. Story example. In a relationship with a Leo, I noticed that during times of emotional tension, they craved assurance that their partner would stay by their side. This need for emotional security is universal, Leos just express it more openly, reminding us all that vulnerability is a natural part of love. Part 4, Leo's inner strength, passion, and personal growth. As we've seen so far, Leos are not only passionate and loving but also incredibly resilient. In this part, we'll explore the inner strength that drives them to overcome obstacles, the fiery passion that fuels their actions, and how they continuously grow and evolve. Leos are constantly striving to become better versions of themselves. Let's take a closer look at their journey of personal growth. 15. Leo's indomitable will and inner strength. Leos are often seen as strong and confident, but what many don't realize is the sheer inner strength that fuels their drive. They are not easily broken by adversity. Instead, they use challenges as stepping stones for personal growth. Leos thrive on overcoming obstacles, and each setback becomes a lesson that makes them even stronger. Personal insight. From my experiences, I've observed that when Leos face adversity, their resilience is unparalleled. It's inspiring to watch how they bounce back from tough situations, often emerging stronger than before. This determination is rooted in their unwavering belief in their abilities. Story example. A Leo the First faced a career setback that many would have found discouraging. Instead of giving up, they used the experience as motivation to refine their skills and come back even more successful. Their resilience made me realize how important it is to approach failure with a mindset of growth. 16. Leo's passion for life. Leo's fiery nature doesn't just apply to their relationships or career, it extends to everything they do. Leos approach life with an unmatched level of enthusiasm and energy. Whether they're pursuing a new hobby, engaging in a project, or simply spending time with loved ones, their passion is contagious. This enthusiasm makes them stand out in any crowd. Personal reflection. I've always been amazed by the energy Leos bring to everything they do. Their passion lights up the room and inspires others to live with the same vigor. It reminds me to approach life with the same enthusiasm, embracing each moment with joy and excitement. Story example. A Leo friend of mine once took up painting as a hobby. The way they approached it was full of passion. They didn't just paint, they immersed themselves completely in the process, experimenting with colors and techniques. Watching them work so passionately was a reminder that when we truly love what we do, we can pour our whole soul into it. 17. Leo's need for independence. While Leos are fiercely loyal to those they love, they also have an intense need for independence. They value their freedom and want to maintain control over their own destiny. Being able to make their own choices is crucial to their sense of personal insight. From what I've observed, Leos don't like being restricted or micromanaged. They thrive when they're given the freedom to explore, create, and grow on their own terms. This independence allows them to bring their full potential into every aspect of their life. Story example. A Leo the First once started their own business, driven by their desire to create something on their own. They worked tirelessly to bring their vision to life, and while it was a challenging journey, their independence and determination made it possible. This experience taught me the importance of trusting my own path and pursuing my goals with confidence. 18. Leo's natural charisma and influence. Leos are born with a natural charisma that draws people to them. They have an ability to captivate and inspire others with their presence alone. This magnetic energy not only makes them the life of any party but also a source of motivation for those around them. Their confidence and authenticity make them leaders who inspire others to follow their example. Personal reflection. Leos have this unique story example. A Leo the First No was nominated for an award at work. Inspiration to those around them. Part 5, Leo's vulnerabilities, balance, and legacy. 21. Leo's vulnerability, the hidden side of their strength. Leos are often seen as unshakable, but beneath their confident exterior lies a deep sense of vulnerability. Their pride can sometimes mask their insecurities. And while they may seem strong, they are still human. Leos want to be loved and appreciated for who they truly are, and their greatest fear is being overlooked or misunderstood. Personal reflection. I've seen how, despite their bravado, Leos can experience moments of self-doubt. They want to be acknowledged, not just for their achievements but for their inner selves. Understanding their need for emotional validation is key to connecting with them on a deeper level. Story example. A Leo friend of mine once shared their fear of not being good enough, despite all their achievements. It was a vulnerable moment, And it showed me that even the most confident people have their moments of doubt. This reminded me that vulnerability is a universal human experience. And we all need a safe space to express our fears. 22. Leo's need for balance in life. While Leos are full of energy and passion, they also crave balance. They can be all in when pursuing their goals. But they also need time to recharge and reflect. The key for a Leo is learning how to balance their drive for success with their need for self-care and personal reflection. Personal insight. From my experiences, I've seen that when Leos don't find this balance, they can burn out quickly. It's important for them, and for all of us, to make time for rest and recovery. Understanding that balance doesn't mean giving up on their ambitions, but rather replenishing their energy to continue moving forward. Story example. A Leo the first worked with once struggled with balancing their career aspirations with personal time. They were so immersed in their work that they neglected their well-being. After taking a short break, they returned to work with a renewed sense of energy and clarity. This taught me that sometimes, stepping away is the best way to move forward. 23. Leo's desire for legacy. Leos have a deep desire to leave a legacy. They want to be remembered not just for their achievements but for the positive impact they've had on others. For Leos, it's not just about success in the present, it's about ensuring their contributions are meaningful and lasting. Personal reflection. Leos inspire us to think beyond our immediate goals and consider the long-term impact of our actions. Whether it's in their career, relationships, or community, they want to leave behind something of value, something that will continue to inspire others long after they're gone. Story example. I once met a Leo who dedicated their life to teaching. Even after retirement, their influence on their students remained strong. They didn't just impart knowledge, they instilled values and confidence in those they mentored. This showed me that a true legacy isn't measured by material success, but by how we shape the lives of others. 24. Leo's search for emotional fulfillment. Leo's journey in life is one of emotional fulfillment. They don't just seek success in their careers or relationships, they seek a deep, lasting sense of inner peace. Achieving emotional fulfillment is often a lifelong pursuit for Leos, and they constantly evaluate what brings them true happiness. Personal insight. I've come to realize that Leos, despite their extroverted nature, spend a lot of time reflecting on their emotional well-being. They want to feel content and at peace with themselves. And this drive for fulfillment often leads them to seek deeper connections and a more meaningful life. Story example. A Leo the first once shared how they took a sabbatical to travel and reflect on their life's purpose. It was an act of self-care that helped them realign with their values and priorities. This journey of self-discovery highlighted for me that emotional fulfillment is an evolving journey, and we all need time to check in with ourselves. 25. Leo's need for support and understanding. Despite their bold and independent exterior, Leos need support. They don't always show it, but they thrive when they have a strong network of people who believe in them and offer encouragement. They want to feel that they are not alone in their journey and that they have people who genuinely care for them. Personal insight. I've learned that when a Leo opens up about needing support, it's a sign of trust. They don't ask for help often, but when they do, it shows that they value connection and trust in their relationships. Being there for a Leo during these moments can strengthen the bond and create a deeper sense of mutual respect. Story example. A Leo friend of mine faced a tough time when they were pursuing a challenging project. They didn't ask for help right away, but when they did, I was there to support them. It made all the difference for them, and we both walked away with a stronger, more trusting relationship. 26. Leo's ability to forgive and move on. Leos, despite their strong emotions, have the ability to forgive. They are not quick to forget past wrongs. But once they have processed their feelings, they can find it within themselves to forgive and move on. This ability to heal and grow from past experiences is one of the greatest strengths of a Leo. Personal insight. What I admire about Leos is their ability to move past their pain and come out even stronger. They don't let past hurts define them. Instead, they use them as lessons for future growth. Story example. A Leo the first knew had been hurt by a close friend who betrayed their trust. After some time, the Leo was able to forgive and rebuild their friendship. Watching them do this showed me that forgiveness is not about excusing the hurt but about freeing yourself from the weight of resentment. Part 6, Leo's Final Wisdom, and How We Can Learn. As we come to the final chapter of our exploration into the heart and mind of a Leo, we reflect on the lessons they have to offer. Leo's journey is not just about their inner strength, fierce loyalty, and emotional complexity, but also about how they inspire us all to become better versions of ourselves. In this last part, we'll reflect on how we can all take a page from the Leo's book and apply it to our own lives. 27. Embracing Leo's confidence in ourselves. One of the most remarkable traits of Leo is their confidence. They believe in themselves and their abilities, no matter what obstacles come their way. This confidence is contagious, and it teaches us the importance of self-belief. Leos show us that the first step toward achieving greatness is truly believing that we are capable of it. Personal reflection. I've learned that confidence isn't something we are born with, it's something we can cultivate. Watching Leos approach life with such unwavering self-belief has inspired me to trust myself more and push forward, even in uncertain times. Story example. A Leo friend of mine was faced with a career opportunity that many would consider a risk. But they stepped into it with full confidence, knowing that they had the skills and determination to succeed. Their courage reminded me that sometimes, the greatest risk is not taking any at all. 28. Leo's courage to be vulnerable. Despite their strong personalities, Leos have taught us that true strength comes from vulnerability. They are not afraid to express their emotions, face their fears, and confront their weaknesses. By embracing vulnerability, Leos show us that being open and honest with ourselves and others is one of the greatest acts of courage. Personal insight. It's easy to think of strength as being all about power and control. But Leos remind us that strength also lies in our ability to be vulnerable. Through vulnerability, we connect with others, heal, and grow. Story example. A Leo the first once opened up about a personal struggle they had been going through. It took a lot of courage for them to share their vulnerability, but doing so allowed others to offer their support and helped them heal. This experience taught me that showing vulnerability doesn't make us weak, it makes us human. 29. Leo's power to inspire others. Leos have the ability to inspire those around them. They don't just talk about what they believe in, they live it. Their actions speak louder than words. And by simply being themselves, they motivate others to follow their dreams and pursue greatness. Personal reflection. I've observed how Leos lead by example. They don't wait for permission to be great, they just go for it. This has inspired me to stop waiting for the right moment and to take bold steps in my own life. Story example. A Leo the first once started a community project from scratch. They didn't wait for funding or approval from anyone, they just gathered people together, shared their vision, and made it happen. Their determination was so contagious that many others joined in and helped make the project a success. This experience taught me that true leadership comes from living authentically and inspiring others through action. 30. Leo's legacy, leaving the world better than we found it. Leos are always thinking about the future. They are driven by the desire to leave a positive impact and to make the world a better place for future generations. They're not satisfied with merely surviving, they want to thrive. And they want others to thrive with them. Personal insight. What I admire most about Leos is that they are not only concerned with their own success but with the success and happiness of those around them. They understand that their actions have a ripple effect, and they make conscious efforts to create positive change. Story example. I once worked with a Leo who dedicated a portion of their career to environmental sustainability. They didn't just talk about the issues, they actively worked toward finding solutions, raising awareness, and making a real difference. Their commitment to a cause bigger than themselves was deeply inspiring and reminded me of the importance of leaving a positive legacy. Conclusion: the Leo spirit, live boldly, love fiercely. As we wrap up our journey through the world of Leo, we can't help but appreciate the fire that burns within them. Leos are not just strong, confident, and passionate, they are also deeply caring, loyal, and always striving for personal growth. They teach us to embrace our vulnerabilities, pursue our passions with intensity, and always aim to leave a positive mark on the world. Final moral lesson: